there, good looking. Grab your exercise tubing and let's hit every muscle in your body with this total body strength workout using just tubing. Now heads up, I want you to stay to the very end as well because I have a super cool ab finisher set up for us, okay? Awesome. Lace up your runners, grab your tubing, and let's go get warmed up. Hello there and welcome. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com as well as over50fitness.co. And heads up, if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button. And if you're watching this ads-free on the Over 50 Fitness platform, hey, head to our private community afterwards so that we can chat about the workout, all right? Let's get warmed up and then we're gonna get right into the circuit workout. Starting down on the ground for me, knees under the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, draw your belly button in towards your spine, pull the shoulders in towards your back pocket. From here, extend your right leg and the opposite arm. Thumb is up on that arm, and then just get yourself parallel to the ground with both limbs. And now bring them down, touch the top of the knee with that left hand, and extend back out again. Great job. We're warming up into the core here. So when we work with exercise tubing, there's a lot of core activation because that tubing's pulling you. So we're going to do some great drills to get the core ready. And then, as mentioned, we're moving into a full circuit of 10 movements using your tube. Last two. One more. And other side. So first we want to reset, all right? Shoulders away from the earlobes, knees underneath the hips. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Beautiful. Now extend the left leg, opposite arm, thumb is up, and drive in. Now, once you've seen me, I want you to get your neck in line with your spine. So look down and then slightly ahead. So for me, personally, I'm looking at the top of my mat. That's helping me keep that neck alignment. Two more. Last one. And release. Drop down onto the forearms for me. We have a plank pattern here. You can either go on the knees to modify or join me off of the knees. We want to keep a nice long spine. Beautiful. And we're just holding this for about 20 seconds. As mentioned, just activating that core to get it ready for our tubing circuit workout. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Grab the tube. Bring the tube above the head. Hands are in about of a letter V position. Feet apart, about shoulder width or slightly wider. Toes turned out and sink back down into the squat while we keep tension in the tube. And we're pulling the shoulder blades into the back pocket. Now we're warming shoulders as well as the lower body. Take a look at your squat pattern too. So we want the knees tracking with the toes. And we want to make sure that we're pushing the bum rearward, almost like there's a chair behind you that you're seeking out. Four more. Last one. Beautiful. Bring yourself in, mirror me, bend this leg, bring the leg out to your side, working into your hip stabilizers here. This stabilizing leg is slightly bent. Perfect. Last 4, 3, do your best with your balance. 2, one more. Good, other side. So you can hold on to something, but I want you to try to balance yourself, all right? And that most likely will be better if you stare at something stationary. So that's not me. So stare at something just off of your screen there so you can hold that balance. Good. Let's do 3 more and then we're starting the workout. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, here we go. Step on the tube for me. Equal amount of tube on each side of you. Feet shoulder width apart or hip width. Bring the tubing up and now let's do the squat. Now here's a cue on how you can make this harder. Step your feet out wider. Now if you find that the tube is too much or you just can't maintain your form with the squat, get rid of it, all right? Form first and then we add intensity, which is your tubing in this workout. Now we have a total of 10 movements that's going to hit every muscle in your body. 2 rounds, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds to get ourselves set up. Moving into upper body in about 10 seconds. Keep that chest lifted. Good. One more. Excellent. Now, I want you to step out wide. I'm going to go on my side here. All right, you're going to feel your hips activated right away. Now, cross the tubing so it makes letter X. Hip hinge, and now row up. If you need to make this more challenging, step out even further, giving yourself less tubing to pull, and you'll also work those hip stabilizers harder too. So you play around with it. As we draw the elbows up, you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Neck is long. And again, we've got that hip hinge, so you're hinging from that hip area, not your waistband. So we've got posture muscles, big muscles down the sides of your back called your lats, as well as your biceps working. And then, because we're using the tubing, like I mentioned in warm-up, a lot of core is activated. Let's do 3 more here. 2, 1 more. Good job. Okay, so I want you to mirror me. Place the tubing under your right foot. Now give more tubing on the right hand. This opposite hand is going to hold an isometric bicep curl. Now bring this hand to shoulder height and press up for a shoulder press. Now if you find the shoulder press is too tough, you would just give yourself more tubing on this side, but that's going to make your bicep curl harder. So you play around with it. Now I've got the stabilizing leg here on my bicep curl side. The heel is up. I've kickstand my leg back slightly to really give myself a good base of support. Woo! So you're going to feel the shoulder, and then we get an added bonus of holding this isometric bicep curl to hit into the front muscle of the arm. Couple more reps, and then we'll set ourselves up for the other side. 1 more. Here we go. Time. Woo! All right, so let's get the other foot. And again, we want more tube on that arm that we're pressing. And make sure the tube's right underneath your arch of your foot as well. Now start with the isometric hold here. Bring the hand here. Good, and press. Good job. Slow and controlled. You're going to feel a lot of muscles on this one movement. So a lot for your exercise buck with this one move. Oh yeah, I'm starting to feel that in the shoulder. How about you? Hang in there. Last 10 seconds, and then we're moving into the lower body. Time. All right, now keep the tube under this foot, but now give me equal amount of tube. Kickstand that back leg. We're moving into a one-legged deadlift, but what we need to do is cross the tubing and then walk our hands down it so we've got enough resistance. Now, it's a hip hinge, and then drive the hips forward, working this one leg only. The one that's behind us is just kickstand, just giving us some stability and balance. We want all the work to come on this leg where the tubing's underneath the foot. Now, you'll need to walk your hands further down the tube to really create that resistance that you want to feel in the hamstring, so the back of your thigh. Chest is lifted, neck's in line with the spine. Two more. Last one. And release. Okay, other leg. So same thing, right? Right underneath the insole, right under the arch, equal amount of tube on each side. Cross, balance and kickstand that non-working leg, okay? And now come forward. And again, do a couple of reps and see if you need to give yourself more tubing to work with, or if you can walk your hands down the tube and create more resistance for the hamstring. So this workout is an awesome workout to take if you're traveling. We don't always have gyms available to us, so hey, throw your tubing in your suitcase, and there you go. All you need is some Wi-Fi so you can get me, and I can lead you through a total body workout while you're on vacation. Time. All right, now keep the tube there. And again, make sure that you've got equal amount on each side. Now, all you're going to do here is kickstand that back leg, palms are facing away from you, and now scoop up to shoulder height and slowly lower. This is going to be tough, especially when we get the hands up higher, right? It's creating more tension in the tube. Abs are really engaged here. We're not allowing the core at all to move. We're stabilizing. We are balanced. This is called a low chest fly. So you do have your pecs involved, but I feel more my core and my shoulders. And it makes sense, right? Shoulders are a smaller muscle group than the big pecs. And then core, right about here, is really activated. Elbows are going to be bent, and as I mentioned, you're just kind of scooping up. Time. All right, let's put the other foot, and then give yourself a little bit of tube to work with, and bring it behind the body, and grab onto it with the other hand. Now lean forward, elbows are pointed away from you, and extend the arms for a tricep extension. So you may have to give yourself a bit more tube to work with. These are now smaller muscles that we're targeting, so they'll fatigue a lot faster. I like to lean forward ever so slightly so I can really extend the arms. We want to work through that joint, full range of motion. Now my hands are open and I'm pressing equally, both with the hand that is pressing on my handle and then the other hand's right on top of that hand. We've got a really great hip drill coming up. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Time. Woo! Baby. All right. Arches right on top, equal amount of tube on each side. Feet are just hip width apart. Don't have them too wide. Bring the tube up. Now sink down into a quarter squat and now step that foot out. Okay? Now tap it out. Good. So just mirror me. This is going to be your right leg tapping out while your other one is stabilizing into that quarter squat. Now, if it gets too much, you just sit up, but that's still going to provide a lot of resistance, isn't it, because of the tube. We want to keep ourselves really quiet in the hips. We're tapping out. Good. Now, this knee that's bent and that the tube's underneath, take a look. You want it to stay quiet as well. It's not moving around. So as mentioned, this is a stabilization drill. Isometric hold with this squat, so it's a little easier on the knees. And push your tush back a bit so we've got that lower lumbar curve. Good. Last 2. 1 more. Time. Woo! Okay, so we've got the other side. So equal amount of tube. Yeah? Good. Bring it up. Now sink down. Good. And again, the lower you go, the harder you're going to work. And now tap out. Beautiful. Now, take a look. Is that right knee of yours quiet? You don't want it moving. You want it tracking straight ahead, and then it's strong and it's not moving. Beautiful. Are the hips quiet? You don't want them shifting. Excellent. Is your tap nice and soft with control? Good. So this is our last move. We take it back to the top for 1 more round. If you need a water, you got 15 seconds. So just a heads up. Sip quick, and we get set up for our squat in about 10 seconds. Woo! Is your bum back? Good. You want that lower lumbar, you want that curve there. Time. Woo! All right. We're stepping on the tube. We want to make sure we've got equal amount on each side. Feet are hip width or shoulder width apart. The wider you go, the harder it is. Hands up and squat. Good. Stand all the way upright for me. Good. Push through the heels as you come up. Drive the glutes all the way up and under you. Moving into a 2-arm row in about 10 seconds. Time. All right, so first off, we want to step out wide, okay? So we're going to feel those outer hip muscles fired up. I'm going to go to my side slightly so you can see the spine. Cross the tube, hip hinge forward, and now drive up. Shoulder blades squeeze. Good. And I'm not holding on really hard to my handles, okay? My hands are just kind of cupped, and the handles are resting there. I'm getting a sweat on. How are you doing? Last 10 seconds. One more. Time. All right. Let's have the tubing just underneath your right foot, okay? And then we want more tube on that right hand. This side, isometric hold for your bicep curl. This side, we start up at the shoulder, kicks down the leg, nice and tall in the posture, and then press. Good job. Keep going. I just want to make sure. Oh, thank goodness. My receiver for my mic is just above the camera, and I didn't see the green light on, and I thought, oh goodness, no. I'm filming this without sound. But the sound's on. Yay. One more. Oh, yeah. All right, other side. Real professional editing here at Fitness with PJ. All right, here we go. Hand up. Now bring this one up to shoulder. And again, if you need more tube for your shoulder press, go for it. And press. I don't know how many times I've filmed with the mic not on. You would think, because, I've been doing this for a while now, that it would be sort of a checklist of things that I would always know to take a look and check, and it would become habit, but I still forget things. Woo! Deadlifts are coming up, and we'll do this leg that the tube's under to start with. Here we go, last 3, 2, woo, one more. 1. All right, so let's cross the tube, and we want equal amount now underneath that foot. All right, cross it, and then walk your hands down. All right, that hamstring's going to be able to take a lot of resistance. Start upright, nice and tall, stack the spine, and now press the bum back. So nice knee-friendly leg exercise now. And we've also got the upper back fired up because we can't allow those shoulders to round forward. So make sure you've got a little pinch in the shoulder blades and then shoulders away from your ears. And you're set up for success. Ideally, any movement pattern where you're hip hinging, if you can do it where you can see your silhouette or you've got a mirror beside you, I'd love for you to do that, just to take a look at your form. Time. All right. Visual is the best feedback. Here we go. Cross. Start upright. Balance and kicks down that other leg, but we want all of the work into this leg that the tube's under. Go. So, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is my second time filming this workout. And not because I screwed up with the sound, but because I hated my energy levels on the first time I filmed it. And I could barely string together a sentence. It was It was, I know that sometimes I do that and it's entertaining, but no, this was like a whole workout of me barely being able to string a sentence. It would have been time, a massive failure to post. So here we are, redoing it. Better energy levels. My mouth is working a little better. All right, low chest fly. So keep the tube there, equal amount on each side. We scoop up and down. And you know what it was I filmed too late. I am not a 6 p.m. worker outer. It was too late. I just wasn't focused. You didn't have my best, and I want to make sure I bring you my best every time. So I deleted it, and here we are again. Mid-morning the next day, much better energy levels. Whew. And my ability to speak and put together a sentence has improved greatly. Woo! Triceps coming up next. This one's tough. Oh yeah, it was tough last night too. Time. Okay, so let's put the tube underneath the other foot. All right. Give yourself a bit more to work with. Bring the non-working foot in front. Lean forward. Elbows are going to point towards that wall in front of you and press. So you want to feel behind the upper arm. If you don't, please give yourself some more resistance. We want to work strength. We've got to feel the muscles that we're training. By the end of the set, it's got to be getting tough. So for me, I'm really starting to feel it now. We've got another 10 seconds, so this is good. All right, hip stabilization exercise coming up. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more. Release. Woo! All right, let's keep that tube under that foot. Okay, and now get equal amount of tube on each side. Yeah? Perfect. Bring the hands up. Sink down into that quarter squat, and now we tap out, making sure that everything is stable. We're not moving. We're not shifting. We're working really hard to keep the body quiet as this leg simply taps out softly side and back. The lower you sink, the more you're going to work this stabilizing leg for your squat pattern. So play around with the intensity. Come on. Challenge yourself. You showed up, you push play, we're almost done. Come on. Don't fade on me now. Last few here. 1 more. Time. Woo! Shake that leg out if you need to. All right, we grab water after this move, all right? So hang in there. Stay strong with me. Another 45 seconds of work. Ready? Let's sink. Good, and tap. Good. Once again, stable now. You are rooted in this right side of your body. So yes, so when I saw that the green light wasn't on, or I thought the green light wasn't on the receiver, I thought, oh, inside my head, oh boy, I really don't want to film this 3 times. So that's what goes through my head as I'm filming for you. That's why I can't string together a sentence, isn't it? I'm not focused. Last one, time. Huh? Yes, PJ. So there's a lesson learned. All right, you grab a sip of water. As I mentioned at the beginning, you want to stick around. I've got a really cool ab setup. Actually, it's going to be ab as well as low back workout. Just 1 round of 6 moves, okay? So grab a sip of water, and then we're heading down on the mat with the tube. Okay, let's get down on your butt. Double up the band, hand on each side, so the hands are shoulder width apart. From this position, sit up nice and tall and pull your shoulders back and down. So we want to be completely upright. The spine is stacked. Now, lean back, about 30 degrees, feel those abs, and then add a twist. Now, if you can't twist because of scoliosis, osteoporosis, I want you to hold here. All right, and you can take the arms straight up and down, but don't allow that low back to round. So those are your 2 moves, 45 seconds on the clock. Don't lose that lower lumbar, so you don't want to round. Good. Now we're in a straight arm plank coming up, or you can also be on the forearms if that feels better for your wrists. Just giving you a heads up as to where we're going to be in about 15 seconds. One more here. Time. All right, extend your tube. So that's the length and center of your mat. Like I said, you can be on your hands or your forearms. If you're doing modified, you'll see me on my forearms, modified in the screen above. High plank here, and I'm going to jump over the tube. You can also step over if the jumping isn't what you want to do, okay? 45 seconds on the clock. Now on the modified screen there, the alternative screen, I'm on my forearms and I'm just stepping one knee over and the other knee over and then back again. So this is a really good plank exercise that's scalable for wherever you are in your fitness journey. Here we go, last 5 seconds. Time. Woo! Gets the upper body, doesn't it? All right, grab onto your tube and you want your hands wider than shoulders. On the stomach. Good. Let your toes turn out so you're externally rotated in the hips. Now lift everything up for Superman and then pull the tube apart and bring it down to the chest, straighten the arms and lower. Lift, Superman, squeeze the glutes, use the glutes to get those legs up. Neck in line with the spine once you've seen me. Elbows are going to bend a bit as you pull that tube down towards the upper chest. Working the big muscles now in the low back. Time. All right. Take your tube just off to your side. We're not going to use it for this move. Elbow under shoulder, bottom knee on the ground, and let's pick the hip up for our side plank. Let's take this arm straight up. So we've got wrist, shoulder, shoulder, and elbow lined up. And hold. If you want to increase the intensity, straighten the legs and hold. Now be aware too that you're not sinking into this bottom shoulder. So lift up through the waist and hold the plank. 45 seconds and then other side. You still breathing? I thought I would check in. All right, last 10 seconds, switching sides. Time. Woo, baby. All right, here we go. Other side. So where do we want that elbow? It's right under the shoulder because that'll produce the least amount of stress on the shoulder. Bottom knee's bent. Lift up out of that shoulder. Now bring that arm up. Find this position first, all right? This is our basic side plank. We want to get and nail it, and then from there, if you want to increase the intensity, straighten that bottom leg. Now, in about 20 seconds, we have a ab crunch motion to do, which will use the tube. For those of you, again, with scoliosis or osteoporosis, I don't want you flexing your spine, so I want you to go back to that plank. Don't worry about going over the band like we did. Just hold a static plank from the forearms, and you'll either go on the knees or the toes. Time. Whew. Now grab onto the tube. You want it wider than your shoulders, all right? There's going to be an alternative to this because this is a tough one up in the corner, but take a look. I'm going to lift Everything up, bring my knees in, scoop the tube under towards my bum, and then bring it back. Woo! Now, in the alternative screen, I'm lifting up, tubes going on top of my knees, and then I'm crunching back down. Or, as I said, if you have osteoporosis, you're doing a forearm plank. So we're just looping that tube underneath the legs and then bringing it back up. I saved the best for last, didn't I? Last couple reps. One more, everybody. Finish it, finish it. Time. Good job, you. All right, come down on, or come over onto your stomach. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Tighten up your glutes. Look up slightly and stretch into those abs while we extend the spine. Catch your breath. Good. Now get a little into the neck. Just turn, look over one shoulder and then the other. Are you doing what I'm doing? Looking at your walls and looking how dirty they are? Holy cow. Don't do what I'm doing if you weren't, okay? Don't look at the dirt. Just keep exercising. Last one each side. And sit back. Child's pose. Walk the hands so they're mat width apart. If you don't own a mat, basically wider than shoulders, sit back. Arms are straight and lengthen to the sides of the body while we stretch your low back. If you're able to, forehead's going to come down onto your mat. Now, if that's not possible to you and you're in your home, hey, grab a yoga block, grab a pillow, build up your ground and just let that head rest. It's going to feel a lot nicer on the neck, so grab something. Give it a try. And back down onto your tummy, getting into the pecs and the hips. Extend the arms in a T position. Lift the right leg straight up. Roll over onto that left arm. And now take that right hand and press it into the ground so you're rolling back onto this left arm to stretch the front of the chest on that left side. And then walk this leg up and back so we get a beautiful stretch in the hip. Back to center. Other side, pick the left leg up. Let the toe hit the ground. Now slide that left hand in towards you. Press into the ground. Roll back onto that right arm now. And back to center. Let's go back to child's pose, and this time also stretch into your triceps. So now we'll bend the elbows, place the hands just behind the neck, and walk the elbows forward as our bum sits rearward. And release. Grab your tubing for the final drills into hamstrings and hips. Foot underneath, the right foot is underneath the tube, and use the tubing to help get a better hamstring stretch here. So you're pressing the heel away from you and trying to lengthen out of the hip socket. And then lift the head up, slide the chin in, and lengthen the back of your neck. If you want, close your eyes. Try to relax the other muscles in the body. And just release into that hamstring. Straighten the left leg, tubing in the left hand. Bring that leg across the body now, and then anchor your body by extending the right arm, palm up, lined up with the shoulder. We want to keep this right shoulder on the mat. All right, so you may need to lift this leg up higher to keep that shoulder pinned to the mat. If you want more of a stretch, you'll use your tubing to try to pull that right foot up towards the head. We're going to get side of hip here, right side low back, IT band. Back to center. Now, real easy way to change feet is just to lift that left one up now and drop the right one down. That's the lazy way to change feet. Some say lazy, I say smart. Back of the neck is long. And again, feel free, close your eyes. And just feel the body relax under the stretch. Feel your breath. Tubing in the right hand. Left hand extends palm up, lined up with your shoulder. Right leg now straight. And let's drop that left leg across the body. And anchor that left shoulder to your ground. And breathe. Don't you love it when your instructors just tell you to breathe? Maybe you're really struggling with this and you're thinking, I'm trying to breathe, PJ, because I've been in your situation. I've been to yoga classes where they're holding insane poses and the instructor very gently, with an angel-sounding voice, just breathe through it. And all I'm thinking is, no, I'm just trying to stay alive. And come back. I just thought I'd share. And release. Bring the knees into the chest. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Let's rock yourself up to seated position. And if you're not on the Over 50 Fitness platform yet, hey, come and check us out. There's a free 14-day trial down below. And for those of you that are in the in the Over 50 Fitness community, I look forward to chatting with you in our private Facebook group. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye.